Hello Monster Jam fans, and welcome back to another Monster Jam OCD video. Today we're going to take a look at some brand new double packs by Spin Master for Mix 3 2019. Well, welcome back everyone. Today is a very exciting video because it is yet again another before the shelf review for Mix 3 of the doubles assortment for 2019 1/64 scale Spin Master Monster Jam trucks. This is a great mix of stuff. There's a lot of new things, so I'm very happy with a lot of the stuff that's in this mix and a lot of variations of old things that we've seen before. So let's get right into it. Let's check out the other pack real quick. So this is one of our packs right here. This is the Monster Mutt versus Ice Cream Man. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start with the Rough Crowd pack, as I like to call it, because it is the Monster Mutt Rottweiler versus the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now, we have seen these two before in the past. Of course, in the singles packs, we had the Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Mix 1 with the red rims, and that is now in the Mix 3 assortment doubles with a red roll cage and lavender white rims. And we also have seen, wherever it is, here it is, the Rottweiler in the singles packs assortment for Mix 2. So now it has a doubles release with red-orange rims, and I'll show you guys the up-closes of these right now. So the difference between the Monster Mutt Dalmatians, I'm noticing it might just be a factory error, but I could be wrong. The ear is way higher up here on the new one. It could just be, again, factory error, but I'm not sure. You guys can see how much taller this ear is. Actually, it has to be because there's more plastic here. So I guess they made the ear on Dalmatian even higher up there. So you can see how tall it is, and it bends over a little bit. So that's different. Overall, the rest of the truck is not that different. You do have, actually, yes, there is. There's a couple differences. The mouth now has way more texture. So you can see all this fur around the mouth. That was not previously on there, just a white mouth. And of course, the roll cage is like almost a really, really bright red, almost close to pink, but not quite. So a red kind of roll cage with these lavender white rims. They're not lavender and they're not white. They're kind of in a middle tone. They're not pure white either because the body is. So that's definitely an interesting color rim. And I'm sure customizers will like to use that for some customs that they might do in the future. And I do want to point out that they finally changed the tongue back to being a round tongue for all the Monster Mutts that do use the Monster Mutt tongue. So you can see how this pointy tongue, I guess they didn't like that very much and they went back to using the round tongue. So I prefer this one. It looks much better, but they did change up the ears just a tiny tad. I don't know. I like the ears, but I'm not sure if it really needed to be even taller. But you know what? There it is. So the taller Monster Mutt Dalmatian ear, that's the comparison between those two. And we also have the Rottweiler. So Rottweiler, everything else looks the same on Rottweiler. The ears are the same. The body is the same. It's actually even darker than before. It's hard to tell, but this one's almost pure black, and this one does have a little bit of a gray stripe down the middle. Hopefully you guys can see that gray stripe, and you can see how dark this is. It has no gray stripes at all. So that's pretty cool that they went and actually made that even darker. And we do have the same collar, same everything here. We do not have any differences on the body. I'm just looking besides the color. So it does have a red-orange rim compared to its previous brown rusty rim. So you can see there's the difference. I do like the red-orange one. And it also has a charcoal chrome chassis. So that's cool. That's also on the Soldier Fortune Nitro Neons from Mix 4, and also the Employee or Toy Fair exclusive Gravedigger 1 of 1000. So that's what I kind of nicknamed this chassis. It's the Employee chassis, but you can see there it is a dark charcoal chrome, and this one's a chrome from the standard. So that's pretty cool. The Rottweiler versus Dalmatian pack, that is the Rough Crowd pack. And by the way, these are all loose. The team did not have them in the box, which I don't mind. I'm sure you guys don't mind either. So this was our first pack, the Rough Crowd pack with Dalmatian and Rottweiler. And following up with that, we just saw them on screen a bit ago, the Ice Cream Man versus Monster Mutt pack, since we have another Monster Mutt in here. This is the Monster Mutt in the second form now. We have a doubles pack one. We did previously see the singles one right here with the chrome rims and the black roll cage. And now it's back again with a gold roll cage, or I'm kind of considering this like a tan color. I'm not sure. It does have a little bit of a shine to it, so kind of like a tan gold. And then we have the chrome red rims, which were a last minute change, I believe. That might have been solid red rims for the prototype. But anyway, we have some more chrome rims with color in them. Usually we don't see that. We did see Alien Invasion with them in this case with this Monster Mutt, but now we have some red chrome rims. So again, customizers might enjoy using those for whatever customs they might do. The same exact Monster Mutt decals. Everything's the same on this truck. Nothing's different about it. They just kept everything else and changed the chassis. So you can see there, chrome chassis with a gold tan roll cage, and of course those red rims. And an awesome looking casting for sure for the Monster Mutt. So that's the Monster Mutt. I'll put him in the background. And we also have Ice Cream Man for the first time. So this was announced back when the poster first was released, and I was very excited to see Ice Cream Man. I remember seeing its early prototype back when I met with Spin Master for the second time, and it has really, really improved since the first time I saw it. Of course, the first time I saw it, it was a rough prototype, but a lot has been added, a lot of details that were not previously on there when I first saw it, and now it's very nice to see it. I do have Mattel's Ice Cream Man right here to compare it to, but first let's take a look at the Spin Master one before we do a comparison. There's a lot of things they did add to the Ice Cream Man, which were not previously on the Mattel one. So the one thing I want to note right here on the side, it says Caution Children, which is on the real truck, a little yellow sticker. And also there has been headlights and a grille added in there with more Caution Children tape. And also this side, same thing. Mine does have a severe tampo slide, so I apologize. You can see there's a big space of white right here. That's because it actually was printed wrong, but no big deal. I do have one this side that's pretty good. So you can see here's this side. It has all the classic ice creams right there. You can see Spider-Man in there. So I'm glad they made this clearer, because on the Mattel one, you could definitely not make out anything that's going on. It's too blurry to tell. So they did clear it up a little bit. And the back doors, you can see there's a lot of texture to them. And you can see the ice cream selections there. And here's the other side again, like I just showed you with the tampo slide, but no big deal. I do enjoy the truck no matter what. And the roof, there's one thing missing from the roof. I'll point it out in just a moment, but you can see here we got the big surface, a really wide ice cream truck. And I actually really like how wide it is. It looks pretty good for this casting. And we got our front window here again with our grill. Nice cut on the grill too. Although it doesn't say Ram, it is still kind of made to be that kind of hood. So you can see there the Ice Cream Man. So it also has a blue roll cage and blue rims. I'm not sure what the singles pack one will have, but it is coming on the singles later this year. But that is the review of it by itself. Here's the Mattel one to compare. The Mattel one has one thing over this one. It has sponsors. The FTI sponsor, NGK spark plugs, and of course, I think that's the same sponsor. Oh no, FK. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like it says Rod or something. It's too blurry to read, so I'm not sure. Rod Ends, I think that says. The one thing that they should have had, for sure, because it's part of the Team Raising Cane, is the Amali Motor Oil logo. That's why the roof looks a little odd. There's a giant Amali logo missing. But you know what? It's probably because of the first year. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see it next year if they do continue to make Ice Cream Man. You might also notice that the paint color is drastically different. Mattel's is a little bit of a cream white, and this one's a pure white. So like almost a snow white. You can see there, there's a difference in color. And again, the texture on the roof has been added, and the one on the Mattel casting does not have that texture on the roof. It does have a lot of tiny bumps, but Spin Master kind of made them bigger and spaced out, so they're not as tiny, and there's just like a large amount of these on this one, but they spaced them out on this their version of it. So I love Ice Cream Man personally. I think it's probably one of my favorites of the year so far. They did an amazing job, and hopefully you guys agree. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this one. Definitely like the grill printing, the addition of the Caution Children. I actually mentioned that when they first released the Mattel one back in 2015 about the Caution Children. They never added it on, so good job by Spin Master catching that detail. So that's the Ice Cream Man versus Monster Mutt pack. So we have the Radical Rescue versus the Earthshaker. So anyway, we're going to review these now. We have the Earthshaker, which we have seen before. Where is it? Here it is. The Earthshaker did previously have black rims in the singles assortment of Mix 3, and it does still have the dirt in the bed. Same everything, pretty much the same tampos, all that, just different colored rims. So that was the Earthshaker, real quick little comparison. But this is the one people want to see, the Radical Rescue, returning yet again for Spin Master Monster Jam, which kind of makes me wonder if they're going to bring it back in real life. I mean, I'd love to see Radical Rescue, but it's just interesting that they keep using it. Maybe that's a hint towards something in the future. But yes, Hot Wheels did make this last year, surprisingly. Really big surprise that this was coming back for the 2018 season for Hot Wheels Monster Jam, the last season, of course, of Hot Wheels Monster Jam. And it did come back. They were supposed to make it in 2005. They never did, and they brought it back on this interesting looking casting. No one knew where this came from. This is kind of a random casting that they used, but apparently it has to be from Feld because they're using it again. If it was a Hot Wheels original casting, they probably wouldn't be using it. But I don't know how that whole thing works out, but you can see here we have two Radical Rescues. The major difference, I'd say, between these two trucks is there's actually two things. There's a ladder piece here, which is part of the original Radical Rescue, and also the logos have been changed. I'm not sure which one's more accurate. I think it's this one, actually. This looks more like the one I've seen before, but I could be wrong. But you can see here the Radical Rescue logo is different. Besides that, the overall casting's pretty much the exact same, just a little less detail. I guess not. I guess they're all there, the same stuff. Just different prints on the parts, like the grill and stuff. So Spin Master decided to do a little less, kind of went different with here. And I think the Mattel one looks pretty good. Also, I think the Spin Master one looks pretty good. I'm not sure if we needed all that detail with the grill decal and all that stuff. But you guys let me know what you guys think about these two compared. I do like Spin Master's look. It is wider, so it gives a little more space. This kind of feels really cramped, but of course that's just because of the casting size. So we're gonna look at the Spin Master one of Radical Rescue. This truck was created to honor those who died on 9/11, and of course all the first responders and those who went inside either the World Trade Center or Pentagon and lost their lives. So Radical Rescue, of course, the call to action. This truck is a great truck to bring back to real life. I really hope they do. So it was made in 2002, I believe, or sometime around then. And it continued on for a while, and then they retired it. So it's a very interesting truck. A lot of weight based on this one, of course, because of what it stands for. So again, I hope they bring it back to real life. And it does have ladders, which the original truck did feature back whenever it was created. I can't remember the year, but I do remember seeing video footage of it having ladders on the side. So the addition of the ladders on the side by Spin Master is a great little detail. That kind of reminds me of the Axe monster truck, which runs by Team Scream. So you can see there, the ladders on the sides are very cool. That was not added on by the Mattel team, but pretty similar though, besides the ladders on the sides. And you can see the Monster Jam logo is very clear there with yellow. The Radical Rescue logo, some window printing, some side printing here, yellow stripe. There's the grill. And the grill is textured. It's kind of hard to see it. Kind of see the 3D. Hopefully you guys can see that. And you can see the silver bar headlights, all that stuff. And here's the roof. Very cool. Yellow stripe down the middle. We have this bar here to prevent the bending of the metal. That's pretty cool. And you can see here's the tailgate with the Monster Jam logo. Very clear on the Spin Master one. On the Mattel one, it was pretty blurry, but they got a very clear decal on the Radical Rescue for Spin Master. And some tail lights and a little bit of, looks like blinker lights there. So indicator lights. So that's the Radical Rescue. I cannot wait to see what the singles one looks like. There's a singles release coming later this year, but I think this is awesome. Really cool casting to bring back again for Spin Master. Hopefully they'll bring it back to real life in the future. So that's Radical Rescue and the Earthshaker City Pack. And finally, we have the last two, the Mythical Creatures Pack. What I would nickname Kraken, although that would be really bad because there is a real Kraken truck running now. But basically we have our Kraken, which is told in pirate tales and all that stuff, fairy tales. So the Kraken, which is nicknamed Octonator, and also the Dragon, of course, our mythical creature Dragon, which we've seen a few times this year, which has been included in the singles. I'm sorry, that's actually the doubles, and then of course the singles. So the singles pack from Mix 3 with the yellow roll cage and chrome rims. And then we have the doubles pack, original one with the orange rims. So now we're seeing it again with the gold rims and green tires. I do like this one, actually. I used to not really like this one, but the dark tires look really good, the dark green tires. And of course, the gold rims pop off those really well. Everything else is the same besides that, but I really like this Dragon. Very cool color choice, and I like the gold. But the one I really like about this entire mix, my favorite one, is definitely Octonator. Now, we saw this render by Feld back earlier this year that was called the Kraken. It was a canceled project. They didn't decide to use it. Whatever happened with that. But it did get out to the public and people saw it. And then Spin Master actually decided to make this. It was originally called the Kraken, but now it's called the Octonator. I'll put it on screen. Hard to see because I don't have the packaging to show you guys. But Octonator, this is what that's nicknamed. So Octo meaning 8 legs, and Ater, just, I guess that's what it's called. I do like the name though. It's a really cool name. The one thing I don't like about this truck is it does not have its name on the actual truck. I don't like when designers do that because it kind of gets kids confused, but I guess if you have one squid truck, it kind of works out. Just like Wildfire doesn't have the name on the truck, that kind of bothered me, but no big deal. You know what? Maybe in the future they'll add a little name there. But I guess you wouldn't really be able to fit it on here. There's not much area to print on, but you can see here, this is the Octonator. It does have a maroon body. It has a pink Monster Jam logo, of course, to match the underneath of the legs or tentacles. So the suction cups here, they're all 3D. Every single one of them is 3D. You can see where mine got misprinted. You can see the 3D-ness, and then of course the color is supposed to be on top of that. But I get it. There's such tiny intricacies that it's hard to print perfectly. But you can see there's 3D suction cups all across here, and of course a nice maroon body, beautiful design and casting. And here's the front here. It does have a little bit of a hole down the middle, so that's pretty cool that they kind of use negative space to form kind of like a wiggling effect to the tentacles. And of course the top does have a tentacle wrapping around the top, and you can see here tentacles on the side, tentacles on this side as well, a lot of them on the side kind of meeting up right here, and of course a rounded back with a little bar to prevent the bending. And of course it has some maroon rims to match that color perfectly, and that is the Octonator. And that will conclude the Mix 3 assortment of doubles for Spin Master Monster Jam 2019. This has been an awesome video to make. I'm very happy. Thank you so much, Spin Master, for continuing to help me do these videos early for you guys. I'm glad to be doing them, and hope you guys are enjoying these videos too. Next up, we do have some special stuff. It's not in this video, but it will be coming up. We will be looking over the Mix 4 assortment of doubles later on. Not yet, but we will do this soon. So this is one of them of the next mix of assortments. So you can see here, we got some pretty special stuff. The tires glow in the dark for Captain's Curse and Zombie. But that's next time on Monster Jam OCD. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment below. And until then, it's a Ryan of Monster Jam OCD, signing out.